I'm the worst at that. Okay,
Okay.
we are officially recording and I'm muting and it's all yours.
Hey, I think you have to make me a co-host. It won't let me share. Just the buttons by my name, my picture.
Make host.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, now let me find my slides. Hold on just a second.
You're good.
I love me some Lauren. She's Lauren Burrs in my phone. When you text me, I always laugh because you're like Lauren Burrs in my phone. Okay. Good morning, you guys. I am really always humbled whenever somebody asks me to speak on a team call because I don't feel like I probably do anything different than most successful coaches, but it is an honor to learn and to teach because I have been right where you guys are. You know, I started as a coach in August 2014. I started before that as a challenger with the 21-day fix. I was the girl that would not buy Shakeology. I did not buy Shakeology for like 3 or 4 months, but my coach, for some reason, Melanie Mitro, like, why would she have done that? Let me in her group anyways. And so I was, and I don't honestly do that a lot. I do sometimes, but we can talk about that too. But I just thought it was crazy. Like, I thought that Shakeology was like a crazy overpriced bag of powder. I didn't need that to be healthy. And honestly, you don't need it to be healthy. You can be healthy without Shakeology. It's just a really easy product that has definitely enhanced my own life and my own health a lot. So I'll share that more with you too. But, you know, guys, all coaches get these objections. All coaches struggle with, you know, people say it's too expensive. People say they don't need that. People say they're already using this. And so I want to talk about some of those things because Lauren has shared what you guys are struggling with when it comes to that. And I just want you to know, like, every coach in the network struggles with the same thing. And I operate my business based on the fact that everything is figure outable. And you can figure out how to overcome those objections in your own words. I'm not even going to give you examples of how to handle objections because I know Lauren's done that. I'm in the Dynasty page with you guys. I know it's all there. I want to talk more so about mindset and action because I think that that is really where it comes down to. And I don't know if you guys have read Keith Callahan's Built to Last, but, you know, I have taken these 3 words from that book since I read it long ago. And I love to operate my business based on faith, based on enthusiasm, being excited about what I do, and action every single day. So that's where we're going to start in this call. Let's see, because this is a simple and honest truth that you have to believe if you are going to be successful in your business. And you may not believe it yet, quite honestly. You guys can tell me, how long have you been a coach? Just type it in the chat bar so that I kind of know who I'm speaking to. But we do offer the whole solution to health and wellness. I decided to coach because I really loved what I was doing. I decided to try Shakeology because I saw what it was doing for other people. I decided to become a coach, and one of the reasons I stick with it is because I call this like God's way of getting healthy and staying healthy. We are just moving our body, eating the foods that he gave us, and we're doing it on repeat, right? There's no quick fix to fitness. There's no quick fix to weight loss. Like, you have to do the hard work, and Beachbody just guides us basically in doing the hard work with the workout programs, the nutrition plan, and Shakeology. So you have to believe this fact if you are going to succeed in this business. All right. And one of the ways, honestly, that you believe this is that you are proof of it, right? You have to be doing the workouts. You have to do the nutrition plan. You don't have to look like Autumn Calabrese, but you have to constantly be on a fitness journey. I know that sounds so cliche, but like, if you're not doing the things, then you probably are struggling. I'm not accusing anyone of not doing the things. You all look very healthy and fit, but like, you just that's where the belief comes from too. So that's a gut check. I would always, in your conversations, say, am I struggling in this business? Because maybe I haven't been so consistent, and I've been there a lot of times in this business. So Ask yourself that. And so that belief in what you're doing, that's really what I want to hammer home today. Because I know, I mean, we could sign up to sell anything. I could sign up tomorrow to sell Color Street nails. I could sign up to sell Rhododendron Fields. I could sign up to sell anything, but I don't want to, because all those things are great. This has changed my life. Right? This has changed my life, and I will shout it from the rooftops, and I will talk to people about it, and I will overcome objections, and I will just keep following up with people until one of us dies, because I believe in it. Right? So ask yourself that again. I know I kind of have talked about that a lot, but do you believe in what you're offering people? And then another thing, when you are talking to women and you are getting these objections, think about, why did you begin? Why did you say yes to Lauren or somebody else, your coach, whoever invited you? Like, where were you at? What breaking point or what desperation point were you at that made you say yes to a $160 challenge pack, right? Because I guarantee that you probably struggled with the price too. All right. So, and this is something I encourage you guys, open up a Google Doc, take a picture of these questions, open up a Google Doc and answer them, so that you always have an answer for other people. So you can always quickly say, this is my story. Because sometimes I think we forget it. And then have you done your homework? Like, do you know what we offer? Do you know what's in Shakeology? Do you know that, what the plant protein is in the vegan versus the whey protein and the regular? Like, have you done your homework? It's nobody else's job to do that for you. Like, if you are a business owner, you should be out there listening to the podcast on Shakeology. You should be reading the ingredients. There is a lot of information out there from Team Beachbody, and it will help you in your conversations and help you talk about what you're doing. And then, I'm just talking about Shakeology right here, but this applies to all the products that we have. Why do you drink it? Like, why do you drink it? People don't want to see a picture of you with a Shakeology cup in your hand and say, I'm drinking my superfoods. That's great. But people want to know why. Why are you drinking it? I drink it because it's a meal I don't have to think about. I drink it because it tastes like a Wendy's Frosty to me, and I love those suckers. I drink it because it's actually the number one reason I drink it is because it controls my crazy hormones. Honestly, like, I can tell a difference when I'm not drinking Shakeology, and you can better believe I did the research and I know exactly what's in it that helps me with that. And it's something I can talk about. And so, like, why do you drink it? As you are sharing about your Shakeology or your Energize or whatever it is, or your workouts, like, people need to know why you're doing it. They don't care that you're drinking it. They want to know why. And then the second thing is, are you sharing these things at least 4 to 5 times a week? Obviously we do our workouts every day. We post it in our stories. We're posting sweaty selfies and things like that. But are you posting your Shakeology in your stories every day? And I'm not saying I'm drinking Shakeology. Again, it can be like in the background. It can be on your desk. It can be your kid drinking your shake. It can be whatever. From time to time, I do share like the ingredients and why it's so special to me. But if people don't see you doing it, then they're not going to do it either. All right. So that is really important. Like, seriously, like, tell me in the chat bar too, because I'll go back and look at this. I can't right now while I talk because I'm a squirrel. But like, tell me in the last week, how often have you shown in your stories or social media that you were drinking Shakeology? Okay. Let's see. So now let's talk about handling the objections. Like I said, I'm not going to give you guys a lot of scripts because I know you have those. You don't need those from me. But let's talk about, objections to the products, to the pack, whatever it is. Obviously you are going to get them. I've seen so many coaches come in and they make a post or they send 5 invites and everybody tells them no. And they're like, oh, I can't do this. This is not for me. Well, that's not true. You're going to get objections in any business that you are in. People ask you, after you have your meal, like, hey, do you want coffee now? And you say no, and the waitress doesn't run away crying. It's not anything to do with her. It's just like, I don't want this right now, right? So, like, you're gonna get objections. I actually think it's great when people come and say they got objections, because that means they're doing their job. If you're inviting, you are going to get objections. So that's good. Embrace it. And also, one of the mindset things I want you to shift when you get a no, it doesn't mean boom, I'm done with this person, they're never going to join. You honestly have planted a seed, and if you continue to share, if you continue to talk about what you're doing, that person is going to want to join eventually. Not everybody, but I can promise you a lot of people will. And so a no is really also just another opportunity to peel back the layers. I see every conversation that I have with people as an opportunity to get to know this woman, to find out what her struggles are, to find out how I can help meet her where she's at. This is cracking me up. Somebody's drawing on the screen. But it's also when somebody tells you, no, I don't want to try Shakeology, you don't just say, I don't just say, oh, okay, well, thanks. I'll wish you the best. I always say, why? Would you mind to tell me why? You know, like I don't push people, but I definitely ask them questions. Sometimes it might be, oh, I don't drink shakes, or I can respond to that. Well, I didn't either, you know, or it's just too expensive. And that gives you an opportunity to talk and to share. And you guys, this takes practice. This takes practice, overcoming those objections, sharing your story, talking to women. And at the end of the day, there's still going to be people that never join us. But if you want to understand someone and educate them, you have to ask the questions. Another thing that I always see a lot of coaches doing that are getting a lot of objections to price is they're jumping into the, hey, this is what a challenge pack is and this is what it costs too early. I could do a whole nother call on conversations and talking to people, but we don't really have time for that today. But are you moving too quickly and saying, this is what it costs? Now, I know somebody's going to tell me, well, what if they say, how much does it cost? I get that too. What I do if someone asks me that is I say, well, it just depends on like what level you want to join me at. You know, there's a couple different options, but first tell me about you. I always tell me about you are 4 words that will rock and change your business every single day. People they're interested in what you're doing, but they want to know that you are interested in them more than anything. So if somebody asks you what's the price, just say, I can share that with you later. It depends on what you decide to do. But first tell me about you. Let's figure out if this would be a good fit for you, right? And so that's when I start to ask them questions. And I definitely let the conversation go back and forth for a little while. And when I say a little while, like I ask a few questions at least. What are your goals for your health right now? What are you struggling with? Do you eat out a lot? You know? And so like, honestly, when I'm asking those questions, most people eat out, you guys. Like, honestly, most people, we live in a fast food world. So like if somebody tells me, yeah, I eat out like 4 to 5 times a week, later when she gives me the cost objection, I can say, oh, great. Well, I totally understand, but you are going to cut back on eating out. You're going to start meal planning. You're going to start saving on your grocery budget because you're meal planning. And honestly, I think that you're going to find that, you know, drinking Shakeology is going to make a lot more sense than eating out all those meals that you're eating that are doing no good, right? So when I talk to people, I always talk to them like I just know they're going to sign up. Like eventually, I know you're going to do it, and so I speak to them in that manner, and that helps a lot. Some other things, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. If somebody tells you no, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with the fact that they don't want to do it right now, or they don't understand it enough, or, you know, they are just in a place in life where it's not a good fit, or, you know, just don't take it personally. There's nothing about a no that has anything to do with you. It could mean that you need to refine your conversation process, that you need to change your questions that you're asking. You may need to move a little bit more slowly, but a no is just a reflection of they're not jumping in right now to do what you're doing. All right. But there are people out there that will. And 2, like I said earlier, remember your story. Tell me in the chat bar, how many of you had objections to the cost of Shakeology before you started? I told you, man, I wouldn't buy it for 3 or 4 months. I thought it was stupid crazy. But eventually I did. And so like, remember that, you guys, remember that. And I know you probably all have heard feel, felt, found. But I use that every single time someone gives me an objection. I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way. But what I found was that like I was eating out less. I wasn't buying Diet Cokes from the vending machine anymore. I was meal planning and just buying the food that I needed and not letting hundreds of dollars worth of groceries go to waste in my in my fridge. So, and also another thing I tell people when it comes to that is like, Shakeology's food, so we just budget for it in our grocery budget. And so I honestly save more money now than I was, saving before whenever I was buying a $7-8 chicken biscuit and Diet Coke every morning on my way to work. Okay. And so remember your story, be prepared to tell it, and be prepared to encourage people that even if you don't, just save up $20 a week from here to next month, and you can join me next month. Right. So like, again, I always talk to people like I assume they're going to join me, even if they're not signing up today. All right. I don't know how to get these things off the screen, but okay. So one of the things that I know Lauren sent me was a question about how can we, let me see what this question was because it stuck out to me. It was basically like, how can we, let me look, hold on. How to show Shakeology is better than others without bashing that company. Okay, so don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to disprove somebody else's shake, because you are sure as shoot going to lose somebody. You're going to make them mad. You're going to like get under their skin, because nobody wants to be told what I'm doing is better than what you're doing, right? But what I do is I never try to argue with them about their shake or what they're drinking. What I do is I say, do me a favor. Okay. So I say, you do need to use my tools and my products to join my challenge group. So do me a favor and try it for 30 days. Holy crap, you guys, they get a challenge pack for $140 this month. Try it for 30 days. It's risk-free. If you hate it and you want to send it back after the bag is empty, you can, but do me a favor, try it for 30 days. If you want to go back to drinking your shake after that, that's totally fine. You can stay in my challenge group for, I always tell them, a year. If they buy a challenge pack, I let them stay in my challenge group for a year. Even if they cancel Shakeology, that's just what I do. But this works for me a lot. I just ask them to try it for 30 days. And then after that, you can decide what you want to do. You know what? A lot of people love it because it's a great shake and it works really well. And so that is how I get people to join me, even if they are drinking something else, or even if they are, saying, I don't drink shakes, or I just want to do, somebody said, one of your questions was about Whole30. I just ask them to try it. And then again, listen and share your own experience, your own belief. And if you're doing that in your social media already, and then you're backing it up in your conversations, there is a lot of trust that's built there just by you telling your story. All right. Let's see. Okay. So I also wanted to talk about, because this is really important and it's something I really work hard to teach my own team, is it's really important to try the products and use them yourself. And I'm moving beyond Shakeology here because I think this is important for your own business, for your volume, for your income, for your customers, honestly. You have to try the products. Okay. You have to try the products. I don't love everything. I can tell you right now, thinking about doing a 3-day refresh makes me want to vomit in my mouth. I've done it many times and it works, but I just don't love to do it. I have customers that do it like every quarter. But I don't love to do it, but I will do it every now and then just to lead by example. We order Beach Bars. My kids eat the Beach Bars. I eat them sometimes. I order collagen. I put it in my coffee and in my shake. I love vegan chocolate recover. It is my jam and it works and it tastes amazing. But I don't use all the products. Like, we don't use all the boosts and things like that, but we do use a lot of them. But here's the thing, people are going to do what you do. I'm sure everybody on this call uses Energize. I mean, I think most people do. And it's probably because you see Lauren or whoever doing it too. But if you're sharing Energize, your go-go juice or whatever you call it, in your stories every morning, people, when they sign up with you, are going to be like, hey, how can I get some of that yellow stuff you drink too? Add it to their cart when they sign up. And then on the other side of it, whenever they are your customer in your challenge groups, share the products that you're using. When you log your shake in your challenge group, say, hey, I put chocolate recover in it today. I was so sore and it tastes amazing. You know, like I put collagen in my shake today. People are going to do what you do. Like, honestly, if you are excited about it, you believe in it, and you're doing it every day, people are going to want to do what you do. It's just like an infomercial. Think about how you see somebody do something, an ad every day on TV, and finally you just bite the bullet and you buy it, right? So that's really important. You don't have to love them all. You don't have to use them all, but you do need to be trying it. Maybe like as a team, you guys try one new product a month or something. And then obviously share often and just stick with it. You know, like with all of these things, don't give up too soon. You know, I love just, you have to have a really high level of stick with itness in this business, in any business, and just keep moving through the process and the programs. But again, just wanted to drive that home. You have to believe in it. You have to get excited about it in your conversations and your social media, and you have to be taking action every single day. Okay. So that is really, honestly, that was a short call, but it was like, that's the bulk of what I have. So now I want to go back and look and see what you guys said. Awesome. 4 months, 6 months, over a year. Okay. All right. Good. I won't look like Autumn. No, I'll never look like Autumn. Okay, let's see. I'm reading your comments. So if you guys have more questions, or if you want to ask me about something specifically, please do. Relatable. Okay. Okay, yeah. I did the same. I told my, well, I didn't tell my coach. It's told myself, I'm going to buy 1 bag of Shakeology and that'll be it. Here. There you go. There you go. Don't need now. Yeah. Angela, I used to pay a really high price for a multivitamin. That was a great vitamin, but it tasted horrible and it worked, but I don't have to do that anymore because I drink Shakeology. Manna from God. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Blood type energized. Alexis, that's hilarious. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So good. I'm glad that helped. Do you guys have, I'm fearing Shakeology retention too? Oh, God. That's a whole nother thing. So yeah, definitely watch your downline when it comes to, I'm just praying and believing that Beachbody's going to help us there with the delayed orders. You know, definitely for yourself, make sure that, you know, because your Success Club could be affected too, you know, if it doesn't ship out on time. So make sure that you check that and you're on top of that. But you know, like another thing you could do with the retention and your active status and your downline, do a 3-day refresh, you know, after Memorial Day, get some people, like, you know, ask your customers, clients, if they want to do it with you, talk about it on social media. I'm doing a lose the last 10 pounds thing for next month. So people have to have Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset. It's going to be very nutrition focused. I'm going to tell them if I have new orders, new people, you know, you may not get your Shakeology for a few weeks, but this is where we're starting. We're going to do our nutrition, and we're going to, you know, if you're going to work out, but you know, that is something that I'm doing. And there are so many other things, you know, like the mixed berry, energize, like, you know, there are things that people can order, and don't be, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen there, but it's going to be okay. All businesses have road bumps, and this is just one of ours. So okay, that is, Lauren, is there anything else you want me to talk about?
No, I mean, like Elaine said, very short but very dense and fruitful.
Yeah.
The one
thing, there was the age thing.
Yes, that
I didn't go over the age thing. Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna be 40 this year, and she talked about like something about 35 to 40-year-old people. So first of all, like when you guys are struggling with that, it was just seemed like a specific age group. Like, how old are you guys? 35 to 40? Like, what's your age? Age has never been an issue for me. I started was 33 when I was 33 when I started. 23, 26, 36. Okay. I was 33 when I started, and I've never, I mean, it's just not really an issue. One, you should not be, your content should be targeted towards your age group, right? So like, I'm not talking about like beach trips and bikinis and like, you know, nursing. I mean, I do, that is part of my story, but you know, right now my kids are 9 and 11, you know, so like I am a mom with, you know, kids, boys, crazy boys. You know, my energy, I need to keep up with them. So, you know, like that's kind of how I talk. So, I don't really think age is a factor so much in the conversation. These products work for everyone. Like I do have some younger coaches, clients, but most of mine are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and you know they love it. They love the workouts. They love Shakeology. They love, you know, like I have a lot of women who are going through menopause. Not a lot, but a few, because I'm not there yet. But like a few people who are going through menopause, and it like absolutely just it's helped them so much. Their night sweats went away. You know, like a lot of their symptoms went away, like because of Shakeology. Like I have a coach who is a discount coach who still, like, she talks about it on Facebook all the time. Like, you know, like I don't deal with all my like change stuff because the shake helps me. And so like, just, I guess I need to hear from you guys. Like, what are you struggling with specifically when it comes to the age thing? That way I can answer you more directly. And you can just unmute yourself and ask me. Anybody?
So one of the age questions was mine, because I am about to be 37 and I feel like that demographic is also in all of my followers and all of that too.
Good.
My question more so is I'm also struggling to get my words there. A little context. I feel like when I'm getting people to join my groups and all of that, that is who is reaching out to me. So I feel like this is not the case across the board. It is what I've experienced with my people, is that the older that we are, like, we tend to have maybe figured out how to be a little bit more healthy than the way we were in our 20s. And so already have kind of like regular practices that they're doing that are very good and very helpful, and getting the nutrition just from the literal plant that is growing outside in the majority of our raised garden beds and our composts and like all of those things.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to kind of get them to, like, I guess when you're older, you're more of a mindset of like, I've grown to, and I'm fumbling all over my words. I apologize.
Can I ask you, like, is that your story? Like, I mean, are you like really whole foods oriented already and like plant-based and like all that stuff? Is that your story?
Pretty much. Yeah. So that's kind of how I start. I mean, I had some other mental health stuff struggles that has helped me a lot. That's not necessarily been, at least what's been advertised amongst like my friends and different things like that. So I do post a lot about that too, and how these supplements have absolutely helped me, and this journey has helped me and all of that. I feel like with my older people, they're on board with the fitness side of things. They are all in, they are just loving the programs, loving the accountability groups, all of that, are doing the meal plans and doing really well with that. It's just getting them to get the added, like I can get, like, people are all over some Energize, because what tired, busy mom that's like working full time and everything else right now isn't, I mean, they're loving that. It's just getting kind of the desire, or the, like, I guess wanting the desire for that, I guess, maybe.
So I think that if I was you, I would say frequently, maybe like once or twice a month, I would make some type of post, do a story series. Like, I thought I had it figured out. You know, like I would go that direction. You know, I love healthy food. I don't have trouble eating healthy food. Like, you know, workouts are my jam. But I was so unwilling to try, you know, just tell your story. Like, I was so unwilling to try something new. And I'm so glad that I did, you know, and you use that in your conversations with these people too. You know, like I totally understand what you're saying about having it all figured out. You don't need something else to add to your diet. Like, I felt the same way, but I'm so glad I gave it a shot. And just try it for 30 days. Share your experience with me. If you don't love it, go back to what you're doing. But I think you're going to find that it's like, plant that seed of like, this is what it could be like if you do like it. I think you might find, or you're going to find, that it's just a really easy and nutrient dense meal that you can make while you are on the go, while life is crazy, while we are momming, and just I would go that route. Yeah, I'll say I don't have any trouble. I mean, obviously I get the common cost objections and things like that, but there are a lot of people that do drink other shakes. And honestly, when people like who do those other shakes try it, they're like, whoa, this tastes so much better. I think that's one of the number one things about Shakeology. Yeah, the reviews always say it's too expensive, but it's always said, if you do the research yourself, like people say that the nutrients are the best and it tastes the best, so yeah. Okay. And they love that there aren't 56 other things to add to it. Exactly. Yeah. You don't have to. I mean, like, I talked to a girl the other day who was juicing, and you know what juicing costs. That's expensive. And you waste so much food doing that. Like, honestly, like, just drink a shake and eat an orange, eat a banana.
One thing that I do to add to your story, Elaine, because that was kind of my story too, is that I really did, like, when I messaged my coach, I wanted the program and I wanted the accountability and the structure. That was what I wanted. I knew how to eat healthy. I wasn't eating healthy because I didn't have the structure and the accountability, but I knew how to eat healthy. And so that's why I told her, I was like, I'm just going to buy one bag of this. Like, I agree with the ingredients in it, but I'm only going to buy one bag because I know how to do this without it. But once I had it, I was like, wait a second, why would I not do this? If it supports everything I believe, why wouldn't I do this if it makes my life easier? And so that was my stance on it, because I had that same like cognitive dissonance thing where it's like, but I already knew, so why do I need this? And it's because they actually go together. They don't oppose, they go together. So I had to really like beat that into my head. Another thing that I do, and it's, at first I was like, man, I must just be a really good salesman. But the reality is I was just telling people what I was doing. Whenever Rachel said not to give them the price right out of the gate, I never do that. I tried that a couple times and I realized those are the people that told me no, like immediately, and then never wanted a conversation again. One was because I didn't care, but it showed that I didn't care about them, that I was just slinging a product around. But one thing that I do is after I talk to them, after I have that conversation, I literally will send them, the image of here's the 3 challenge pack options. And I tell them honestly, I say, I do everything you see in this middle bundle here. I drink Energize, and I tell them this every single time. I drink Energize before my workout, and that has made all the difference, especially on my sleepy mornings. And I drink Recover right after, so I don't have muscle soreness, and because it helps promote muscle tone and muscle growth. And then I drink Shakeology for the health of it. And when I tell people that, I usually sell that middle bundle. And it's not because, I'm like doing some voodoo trick on them. They messaged me because they were interested in what I was doing. So when I told them what I was doing, it was like a no-brainer almost. I do still say and I let them know, I'm like, I started with just Shakeology. So if you're a little nervous, or if there's something that you're hesitant about, or money's an issue, that basic pack is awesome. But if you want to know what I'm doing, it's everything in the middle. And so that's when I usually have like a really good conversation again about the products. Cause then they're like, wait, that Energize helps you with your workouts? Or wait, what does Recover do? It has BCAAs. Yeah. Like, that's when I can have those conversations about the product.
Yeah. And two, like, if you can get them to try, and that was another point. I didn't say that. Like, if if they love the workouts and they love all that, like, tell them about the performance pack. Like, again, just try it. I love my go-go juice. I love my post-workout, and you have that option. But I do the same thing that Lauren does. Like, I give an image with 3 challenge pack options, and I have one that says this is Rachel's favorite on it. And I do sell the big one. But even if I don't sell the big one, when they sign up, eventually they're going to try those products. So, again, just like if they see you doing it, and that's volume, you guys, like that's income, that's a lot of things. So just try them, be excited about them, and talk about them.
Another thing you guys can do real quick, I just want to add this real quick and then I'll be done. Another thing that you guys can do, and obviously the elephant in the room is the shipping delays right now and the shortages and the supply chain stuff. So I know that's a factor. But on a normal month, like whenever there's not, and you still can, because I think Recover's back in stock again. I think it goes in and out. But this is a good time to say, hey, if you want to try, like I know when we first talked, you wanted to try everything in the middle bundle, but you were only able to get this bundle. Now's a good time to get a completion pack with the rest of this, or with, however that works, especially if they want 10 rounds. So that's a good time to come in with the completion pack to say, hey, like now you can try this if you're still interested. No pressure, but if you wanted, to try that, this is the best way to do it. And it just lets them know that obviously that you care about them too, because you're following up. So,
too, if you have some people like Elaine, I know you said you had some people that do you have a lot of people in your groups that joined but didn't get Shakeology when they joined? The reason I ask is like it could be like a fun thing to do, like a shake off, like a 30-day shake off, like have people drink it for 30 days, incorporate it in their meal plans, log it in your challenge groups and share their results when they're done, and you like pick a winner, like you give away some prizes or something like that. And just instill your belief, like your deep belief in the product, and people will join you.
Yeah, I think it's about half and half with either going Shakeology versus the performance, because a lot of my younger moms, and while I mean younger moms, I mean moms with younger children, are all about the Energize, because that is one thing that is in my stories every single day.
Yeah.
And are just like, what is this magic you're drinking? I'm like, well, let me tell you about it. So it's about half and half with those. But I did, I think it was like the end of last month, I had ordered, or I had sent out to like a lot of my challengers, basically, if they were doing the performance pack, if that's what they signed with Energize or Recover, I sent them, like I had bought like a barista package of Shakeology. So I sent them Shakeology packets. If they were a Shakeology person, I sent them an Energized thing and like different flavors, like fruit out to kind of like entice. And I did, got a random email the other day, that not from actually one of my girls, but it was like my back office telling me that one of my people ordered like a whole pack of Shakeology. And I was like, yeah, she's like, that vanilla was so good, I had to try it. And I was like, 30 days, girls, you're gonna love it. And then like I'm getting like that, the tiny investment in buying a barista pack or like the individual samples of things has literally paid off. So I'm trying to, if I can't get them in the beginning, I'm getting them in, because they're like, oh, I love, because everybody loves free samples. I'm one of them.
No, that was my story. Like I didn't buy it, but my coach let me in the challenge group, and I saw all these other people drinking it and talking about it, and I ended up trying it. So I am a big stickler for like making people buy it to get my challenge group, but I also like listen, and if it's, there's something, but I just try to take it case by case. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys, I hope that helped. Go do the things, hit the goals, help the people, and it's just going to be a good month.
Yeah.
Okay,
boomerang real quick.
Boomerang, okay.
Let me get the glare. Okay, ready, set, go.
Tell us when.
Oh, that was good. I know you weren't really ready. Okay. Okay, so if you are done, then you get to just leave the call. Okay. Rachel, thank you so much. We're going to do a team workout. We've started just transitioning.
Oh, okay.
Workout, so.
Well, that's a good idea. Y'all have fun.